What's going on, car people of this world? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. Today we have updates on the LS430. If you remember in the last video, we broke down on the side of the road because the radiator cracked.
It's climbing?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Definitely a crack in the radiator. I feel like I'm barbecuing right now.
Thankfully we got it home all safe and sound, so the car is okay. But yeah, the radiator is just cracked up in here. So today we will be installing a brand new radiator for the LS430, and hopefully this thing fits, because last time we purchased a radiator online for the LS460, first one didn't even fit and we had to send it back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one goes in first time. Before we get installing that, we have to take the LS460 on a quick little rip to go pick up a buffer to restore the paint on the LS430. That's going to be a time in the future. I really want to do everything on this car myself. Would be ideal. I think that would be the best for content and new knowledge, just learning things. So yeah, we gotta go pick up a buffer real quick. First off, let's get this cold start on the 460. That never gets old, let me tell you that. She is still a little cold, but you know, it still sounds good. Very nice indeed. Oh man. And here we have it. Here's everything that we got. Got some polish. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff here. So this is what we got, is the actual orbital polisher. So that'll help out a lot on the LS430. We'll probably have to get a couple other brushes to get some of those deeper scratches out, but you know, yeah, that's what we got. Anyway, so here is the LS430, and we are going to be removing the radiator to replace it with the new one. After this is in, it should be good to run and drive. There's still a parasitic drain that we haven't fully diagnosed yet, so we obviously have to figure that out, but this right now is the main reason the car does not run. We are going to remove the old radiator, so we got to remove this bolt right here, this bolt right here, and then I think we're also gonna have to jack up the car to get underneath it to, yeah, get some bolts out from underneath before we can just slide this whole thing off. We also got to get these hoses out right here, this one, and I think that's it. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Got to get some lunch going. Also, pro tip, any rusty bolts, let them sit in white vinegar, and that'll help get the rust off. We can scrub it off once we have to pull them out. Now, we're gonna get these hoses off that are connected to the radiator. We're also gonna disconnect these electrical ports right here, that hose, and then we'll just keep going. Oh, yeah. Looks like we still got a lot of coolant in there. So I just removed the under tray under the car here, and we found the coolant drain hose. You can see right here, there's just this little knob you're gonna turn, and it'll start pouring out. So we're gonna let all of this drain, then we'll swap out the radiator. This box is very in the way, so we're just gonna remove this bolt right here and slide this box out of the way. So we just came under the car and broke both of the, or we didn't break them, but we got both of the transmission lines disconnected from the radiator down there. So now the transmission, what am I saying? You guys are a little dirty. The radiator, thank you, the radiator is ready to come out. So let's get this thing pulled. Ta-da! Wow, not too dirty. Definitely should have brought my air compressor home. Old radiator and the new radiator. Let's take everything off that we need to, and then we will get the new fans placed onto the new radiator. So it looks like we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. I think 6 bolts to get this thing completely done. So we got everything switched over except for the fans, which is obviously the biggest thing. This bolt right here is totally stripped. I can't get that off at all. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to do something with that. All right, so we just drilled out the bolts, and this is currently bolted onto the new radiator. It fits up absolutely perfectly. I'm super happy with how that turned out. And here's the old radiator. You can see I snapped off the bolt right there. I had to drill it out. So this is the old one. There's still some transmission fluid in here, so we're not gonna turn it. Let's drop the new one in the car and we'll get this thing started. We are gonna have to jump it first, but let's reinstall the new radiator. So the radiator is completely in. Now we're gonna fill it up with some fluid. So we're gonna fill up the radiator, and then we're gonna fill up the coolant reservoir as well. We also have to jump this battery cell because it's totally dead. Probably should jump it first, and then we'll pour some fluid in. Positive, positive, negative, negative. Let's get the LS460 started, and then we'll connect up the two cars. Now the alarm will go off on the LS430 because it thinks that it's getting stolen or something. So I think we just spam the unlock button, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, or it's not even going off. That's weird, but that's awesome. That's never done that to me before. While we wait for this to get charged up, let's reinstall the air filter box right here. So unfortunately, we have to hold the RPMs a little bit higher while we let the battery charge. So I figured I'd let you guys take a listen in. Oh, so close. Yes, sir. Let's go. She is up and running, baby. Let's go. Whoa, what is that? Dude, is that a freaking hornet's nest? It is. Oh my gosh, I never even noticed that was in there. Oh, you guys can't even see it. There's a hornet's nest in there. Okay. Add it to the list. Just add it to the list. More things to do. Take a look at this car, man. What on earth? So the jack wasn't all the way down. I just lowered it. Wow. Yo. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We've got something coming on that very soon, so stay tuned, because that looks, oh, just so much better. You can see it bubbling in there. So that is, that's good. That means that the air is working its way out of the whole system. And once that kind of slows down, we'll take it for a quick rip. Well, I'm very excited to have this thing back on the road. There's quite a few things that still need to be done. One of which is the hood. It still doesn't shut. It comes up all the time. Like, it just doesn't latch. It almost is like the cable has to like sit for a certain amount of time before the tension like regains, and then you can shut it. So that's one thing that's got to get done. The other thing is the steering wheel column doesn't come down. If you guys know Lexus, or any luxury car, as a matter of fact, the steering wheel will come down and then telescope out. So that's currently not working. And the parasitic drain, I mean, it's still coming from somewhere. So maybe this has something to do with the parasitic drain. Maybe there's a blown fuse and the connection staying open. I'm not too sure. Also, I am absolutely loving the AC in this car. My LS460 does not have AC. Flashback to when I broke that. Oh. Move it back.
Oh, that's scary. Oh.
And yeah, so that's kind of where we're sitting. Absolutely loving this thing. We're gonna take it for a quick rip, see how it goes. Temperatures are sitting absolutely perfectly. Been out on the road for a little bit. Temperatures are looking great and the car is feeling absolutely awesome. Outside of the stuff that I mentioned, we still have a traction control off light, an ABS light. You can feel a little bit of wobble, a little bit of play up in the front wheels, but you know, it was sitting for 5 years, so I don't know what more to expect. Anyway, other than that, this thing is an absolute unit. So excited to finally have this thing back out on the road. And it's just amazing. Like, I have to say, as much as I love the BC coils on the LS460, it feels so great to be able to just kind of, go over speed bumps and, not really have to worry about anything in the road. And no matter what this thing goes over, you still feel like you're on a cloud. It's absolutely amazing. So definitely a refreshing feeling. So we just got a new light. The AFS light is currently flashing. I believe that stands for auto focusing sensor. I think that has to do with the headlights. So I'm not too concerned about that. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But yeah, just a couple more dash things to fix. And it's feeling good. We just took it up to about 50 miles an hour and it feels nice. It feels solid, planted, a little bit of a wheel shake, but nothing unexpected. Well, this is very good. Coolant temperatures are sitting at a great spot. I just checked. I just got back and it seems like it's working great. So that is how you replace a 2005 Lexus LS430 Radiator. I've never done it before. Hopefully you guys gleaned something from this video, and I'm just so excited to continue working on this car with the little time I do have. So we're just gonna keep chipping away at it slowly but surely. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video coming straight from the largest Lexus LS content creator. That's what we're shooting for. I don't know who's got the title for the biggest Lexus LS content creator right now, but there's really nobody posting about these cars, so I gotta keep it going. We're aiming for the top, and well, I hope that you join my journey up to the top of the LS community here. There we have it. Parked up the LS430 next to the 460, looking so great sitting next to one another. These cars are absolute units. So thankful to be able to have both of these cars. They bring me just so much joy. It's so much fun. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you did enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.